Well, I am here with Goose, and we have decided it is just way, way, way too hot to be outside. It's in the upper 90s. It's so hot you almost can't breathe. So we have moved inside. We are thinking cooling thoughts. We're in the air conditioner, and we're working on a project along those lines because I'm thinking about Christmas. I'm thinking about fall and Christmas, but with very much a seasonal DIY project that I'm working on right now. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I harvested all sorts of seeds from my garden. And for those of you who live a little bit farther north, it's your seed saving time right now. So I've got large envelopes, and I should have showed you my technique as to how I did this, but I have large envelopes now just filled with the most prized seeds in my garden. This is all golden feverfew, which is almost impossible to find in nurseries or garden centers. So I always try to save a bunch of seeds, not only for myself where I might want to sow them later in my own garden, but as gifts for others because I get asked about it all the time, and I am always happy to share seeds with others who want to grow it in their garden. I also have, let's see, what is this here? Oh, these. Also very prized, especially to me. Now, I haven't completely separated the wheat from the chaff or the seeds from the hulls, but this, you guys, these are foxglove seeds. And I have so many seedlings that are coming up absolutely everywhere because the weather this year was just perfect for it. Most of these are from the variety of Excelsior, which is a tall growing digitalis. And I love this, and I will have lots of these to sow later throughout the season in my own garden, but again, to gift to others around Christmas time. I'm making stocking stuffers today. Something else about seed sowing is if you're writing instructions on your seed sowing packets, I typically just, when I gift them to people, I say, throw these out multiple times a year. I don't know what your zone is or where you are gardening, but as an insurance policy, I will tell people a lot of times, why don't you sow them in the spring, sow them in the fall, sow some of them in late winter, and whenever your prime germination period is weather-wise in your zone and in your garden, then you have an opportunity. So you just are opportunistic, you throw them out at various times, wherever in your garden area that you want them to be sown and grow in the next season. So these, here's a telltale little hint of blue in here. See a little blue flower. These are all larkspur seeds. Now I mark anything that I want to save the seeds from according to color. So if, for example, I want to preserve and save only white larkspur or only pink larkspur or only blue larkspur, then a lot of times I will do that, but I have to mark the stem of that colored flower beforehand so I know what I'm getting. And other people will also know what color they are getting when they ultimately germinate. And then here, what do I have? Oh, these are also really prized. These are funky little critters. They almost look kind of primordial, don't they, Stuart? These are from Minoan lace, which is in the same family as Queen Anne's lace. They are delicate. They have an umbral flower that looks like a more refined version of Queen Anne's lace. And the seeds are very sticky, you guys. They will stick to your clothing or whatever. They're a little bit more difficult to harvest because of that. So these are some of the most requested seeds and flowers that people would like to have from my own garden. I also have a whole cache, you can see them below, the tiny, tiny little seeds from these fun little floral salt and pepper shakers, these bread seed poppies. These are absolutely wonderful. They're not the Shirley poppies. These are the larger double version that almost look like, gosh, they almost look like dahlias, sometimes even like peonies. And these are in different colors, and I've just mixed them all together. So those are my seeds, and probably right now, anywhere you live, it's still prime seed harvesting time. time. So I've got my seeds, I've got them in my tray, and now I'm working on a project while it is hot outside and cool inside. And I'm also already, as I've told you, what is that dinging, Stuart?
Laptop's open.
Oh, Stuart's laptop is open. It's Stuart's fault. I love having someone that I can blame everything on. Don't I, Stuart? Thank you. Thank you for your service. But again, I've been thinking a lot about Christmas and fall right now because it's too hot to think about anything else. And just the thought of it cools me down. So here's a really fun project, you guys. There are so many different ways you can do that. But this is another example of what I call hashtag romancing the ordinary. So dried seeds like this in a plain old envelope like this, I mean, they're valuable, but they just lack a certain special quality. And I want these to be really special, really personal, and so that the recipient knows that these are very much not only from my garden, but also from my heart. So every year I kind of do specialized seed packets, and there's different ways that you could do it. I've done them different ways over the years, and here is kind of a chronology of some that I've done in the past. I came across these in one of my baskets of seeds. These are from a long time ago. These are from June of 2019. These are Foxglove seeds. I don't know if these are even still viable, but I put these in tiny little envelopes. These are actually coin envelopes. And at that time, let me see, I've got this upside down. I just had address labels back when I used to refer to myself more as just Potager, the Potager blog. And so I had address stickers, and so these were a wonderful way to just make tiny little gifts to people, especially if they just came to my home, they were visiting. I could run inside, I could get one of these tiny little envelopes, I could deck it out and give them a little gift from not only my garden, but from my heart and my home. But these are a little bit unwieldy. So even though they're coin envelopes and they work, they're a little bit unwieldy, and I find it easier to work with envelopes that are a little bit larger. So moving on from those, I got these envelopes. These are just blank seed packets, and I don't remember where I got these. I may have gotten them off of Amazon or something. They're a nice paper quality. I like them, and that year I had a personalized stamp made, and I stamped them with this Linda Vater with a little B in the middle, and I thought those were very cute. Again, these were a little bit smaller, and I wanted something that had a little bit more pizzazz, and also that spoke more to what I think of as my updated brand. And by the way, you guys, just because I'm who I am doesn't mean that I'm the only person that can have a brand. You can have a brand too, just by creating it for yourself. And this is the perfect project to do this. So come up with your own brand ideas. So what I did then was this year, let me also give you some other options first. So if you don't want to order them off from any place or whatever, you can go someplace like Hobby Lobby or even Walmart. One year I used these. They were little gift bags, and just like Martha Stewart, I was really into faux bois. I still am, and I loved these little gift bags. So I could use these. These were very easy to access, easy to put seeds into. And by the way, I use, because I like to repurpose things, I use my kids' baby spoons from when they were little to get just the right amount. I'll use about half of a teaspoon. I don't know what that weight is or whatever, but that's a good quantity. Just put it in there, and then, this is very obvious, just seal it, double fold it, and then I can put some kind of sticker on it. If you don't have one with what you are determining is your new brand on it, you can use any kind of address label. Now, for example, here, these were actually used on the wedding invitations of my kids here recently, but I have some extras. So if I wanted to do something, make it kind of special, I could just use an address label. Okay, these are things you've already got around the house. You can do this. You can pick these up at Walmart for whatever. That is very special. Then you could just write on the back the contents of it, and more importantly, the date that you harvested the contents, so people will know if these seeds are fresh or if they're old. So I think that's kind of a fun thing to do with stuff you already have just lying around. I've also done them in the past where I just took an envelope like this. I just stapled my business card to it. On the back, I wrote the contents, and that was like a little gift. That was a fun thing to do. So if you have cute business cards or something, this is another way that you can use things you already have to gift someone something that's a really fun idea. These are the things that I like to have on hand because so many people, Stuart can tell you, so many people just stop by my garden. They may be coming from out of town or whatever. They want to drive by, at least drive by my house and see the front garden. And when they do, a lot of times I'll stop and visit with them. I'll find out about their gardens, and I like to give them a little something from me to them. And a lot of times I'll gift them with a little seed packet because I'll make a lot of these up and just have them on hand so I can give them to visitors, to guests, or to somebody who expressed an interest in a certain plant. So those are ideas that you can use with things you already have on hand. Any kind of, stickers or labels, you can make them. You can use what you already have existing. But this year I did something kind of fun because I wanted to elevate it a little bit. This would be a very fun project to do with your kiddos. So this is a design, a custom design that Stuart and I came up with. And you'll notice we've got it on tote bags, we've got it on t-shirts, we've got it on just different things. And what I like about it is its graphical quality. I like the fact that to me it speaks to the garden and that a garden is a living creature. There's little bees on there. But what I also like is that they kind of are like a coloring book. And so if you have kids and they can color these in themselves, and this would then be a fun way to get them involved and work on little stocking stuffers for people in advance. So while they're coloring them, you can fill them in. Now it is important, by the way, I have discovered, not impossible, but makes it a lot easier if you fill them after you color them and after you fill them out. So I made these on ZAZZLE. You can get them through the Linda Vater shop, and we'll try to put a link above. They come out when they're not on sale at all, and if you just buy a few of them, they come out to be about $1 a piece. But here's what I do, quite frankly. I either buy them in large quantities so that the volume price comes down, or what I typically do is wait for ZAZZLE to have a sale. And I just buy a lot of them when everything in the shop is 25% off, or envelopes are 30% off. And I just buy a lot of them then, and that brings the price point per envelope down really low. So then I have a really fun gift to give someone for as little as 50 to 60 cents a package using my own seeds. And it's very personalized. I think it looks kind of elegant. Now the seed packets that we have online, you guys, they just have the graphics on them. I have my name and my brand up in the upper corner. Is that upper left corner? Because they come from my garden and my home. And on the back, it says Garden Inspired Living with my logo on it with my name in the middle. But you guys, oh, and I love this. This is so cute. Look at this. Even on the inside, when you open them, there's another little treat. So you can see it says from my garden to yours. You guys can customize it by handwriting your own name in there like I did here. And then there is even a graphic on the inside of the envelope. I think that's just so cute and so special. I know, Stuart's laughing at me because I get excited over weird little things. But it's also clever because you can put the contents and the date that it was harvested and any planting instructions you might want to put on there. If you wanted to draw a little picture, stick a little photograph in here of them growing in your garden, you could also do that. That would be a fun thing to do. But I just love the idea. It's so, so highly personalized. The other thing I like about them is that you can take one small individual gift that I can use as stocking stuffers. If I am entertaining and having a luncheon or a brunch or something of that nature, I like to give somebody typically a little favor from my house when they come. I'll put this by their place setting, and sometimes I'll use it as a place setting marker so I can put their name on it, and then they have a little something to take home with them if they have been entertained at my table. And I think that's a fun idea. So typically that's what I do, and I just fill them with whatever the appropriate seeds are on these foxglove. I'm not really worried that there are still husks in it. Actually, I kind of like that. I like the fact that it kind of looks like the ingredients, so you can kind of see the holes. But I just put some, typically about half of a teaspoon. You guys know how to do this. But I like the fact that you get a glimpse of what the seed head looks like. And then I'll put it in here. I will have already decked it out and everything. And then here's another fun idea. So if I want to give just one of these, I can give just one of these. But if I want to give a whole quartet of things from my garden, then I fill out 4 of these, fill them up, color them in, or have some helpers. Goose, can you color? Can you color? Stuart, can you color? With magic markers. It's a really fun thing to do. And then I'll take 4 of them and I'll get some kind of fun twine. I'm about to lose my twine. Twine or ribbon or something like that. And I can do a whole assortment of them. And then I can put them together. I can then attach my business card, and it could be a little bit larger gift. So this would make a great housewarming gift or garden warming gift. If you are going to stay with someone over the summer or the fall or over Christmas or something like that, and you want to bring kind of just a little special something from them, a hostess gift, then these make brilliant hostess gifts. If you want to go all out, you can make a whole bunch of these packages. Oh, by the way, I especially at Christmas time for stocking stuffers, I love to use this bakery twine because it is obviously red and white. You could tuck a little candy cane in there. You could do something kind of Christmassy. You could also wrap these up. This is so something I would do. It's also so something you guys would do, I know. And by the way, okay, here's my question of the day. If you were me, what seeds would you package and how would you use these seed packets? But I would tuck a little bit of boxwood in there, or a little bit of greenery, and then stick it in their stocking. How cute would that be poking out? I think that would just be adorable. But then if you want to make a whole gift box, then you can also find at craft stores or online or wherever, you can find little gift boxes that you can buy in quantities. These are actually, I think these might be cupcake boxes or something, but you could do a whole gift boxed set of putting them all together, all with seeds from your own garden. You could get a customized label to match these. And then you have this really elevated, simple but elegant gift from your own garden for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for Kwanzaa, for birthday gifts, for whatever. It's also, I have found, a lovely gift to give someone where you're unsure about whether you should give them a gift or you shouldn't give them a gift at Christmas time. That category of people that it might seem presumptuous to give you a gift, but you don't want them giving you a gift and you don't have anything for them. So I will package up a number of these in advance. This is a fun thing to do in front of the fireplace in the fall or whenever. But it's just a wonderful keepsake of something from your garden, and it makes you, while you're packaging them up, it helps you in the depths of winter or in the heat of summer. It helps you remember what your garden looked like when it was lush and fresh and not heat battered and wind battered. So that is my DIY project for you guys today. Please let me know in the comments below what kind of seeds you would harvest, how else we all might use these as little gifts, and any other ideas of things that you would tuck into these darling little envelopes. Thanks guys for hanging out. Goose, thank you for helping me. Now let's go work on your coloring skills. Well, as always, my best accessory, as long as I have her, is Goose, my grand pup, who is here helping me with a project that I just worked on today. So here is my fashion ensemble. If you want to listen to it, fine. If you don't, click on to the next video. So here's what I have going on today. I love this shirt. This is one of my favorite blouses, and actually it's just from Target. It's a Massimo. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but it's one of the lines at Target. I've had this for years, and I just love it. I love it all seasons. I love it in the fall. I think it's kind of elegant looking, and I love the way it looks with kind of a gypsy vibe with large statement earrings. These are wonderful. They're very light. They may not look like it, but they are kind of hammered brass. I believe they came from India. Anything from India speaks to me because my son lived there for so long. I got these at a small thrift / antique store in Salida, Colorado, one of my favorite little towns on earth. My breeches are, gosh, these are old. These are from Old Navy gray jeans that I usually wear rolled up. I love them. I got these slides, my favorite kind of shoes to wear in the summertime. These are Chelsea, does that say Chelsea? Yeah, Chelsea and Violet. I got these at Dillard's. They were on sale. And that is my ensemble du jour if you are interested.